So I figured I'd make my plant food with you guys. I get tongue-tied, and I know I should write things down about like why I'm using something. I'll do my best. Last night I was reading for like 5 hours on stuff. So, I got some oyster shell, and this will provide lots of calcium. So, I noticed, I got this off of Amazon. I noticed that if you try to find ground oyster shell, it's way expensive. I think this is a 5-pound bag. This was like $6. I seen them trying to sell like little things like this for like 15 bucks. If you go for the oyster shells for chickens, you're gonna save money, and you get 5 pounds for like $6. And the ingredients are oyster shells and coral calcium. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use half of this stuff, and I'm gonna do one side and then half and do the other side, because last time I used all my stuff and I was only halfway done before I ran out. And yeah, so we're gonna put some oyster shells in here. I just went through, and my hydrangeas, my blueberries, and my roses, I gave them all coffee. And it said that if you don't want to dilute coffee grounds, you shouldn't like put them like at the base of your rose. You should put them a little further out, because it could burn them. So that's what I did. This acid mix is gonna be only for the blueberries and the hydrangea, and maybe the strawberries. I didn't even look it up, but I'm assuming strawberries want acid. But last year, I just found this out. Last year, my blueberries were like big and they were pretty, but they were sour and bitter. And I was like, why are none of my blueberries tasty? They don't taste good. They're sour and gross. And the guide today said because they need acid, or they'll be bitter. So this is for the blueberries. So we got some oyster shell. We're gonna put some fish bone. It says fishbone meal is a marine-based alternative to traditional steamed bone meal and is wonderful for all flowering plants, trees, and shrubs. A great source of organic phosphorus and calcium. So we're gonna put half of it in there. See, sometimes I'll be in here and I'll be recording and I'll just be talking, and then I'll realize that the camera stopped, and I don't know how long I just been talking to myself. So pouch like this. Oh, you know what? Oh, I don't need no knife. I don't need no scissors. I got a knife. Don't make a mess. Don't make a mess. Put my knife in here. So half of this. And when I go through, the plants aren't gonna need a lot. Woo! I'll just go through with my bucket and just get like a little scoop and kind of sprinkle it around. They don't need like a lot because it's gonna be like a strong mix. Okay, oyster shells, fish bone. We got some kelp. Like I said, I really like this brand, Down to Earth. Some kelp. Oh, and you should plant garlic around your roses. And sometimes you'll find like little boxes that look like this, and they're like, oh, garlic bulbs. It's literally like, I made that mistake 3 years ago. I went to Winco and I seen a little box like this, and it said garlic bulbs. And I opened that box. I bought that box for $3. And I opened that box and it was like this. And I was like, shit, dude. You just go to the garlic section and buy a bulb of garlic. $3 they give me 2 tiny bulbs. They got me. So, I went to the store. Got it. So, I always put garlic around my roses. I should investigate and see if my honeysuckle would want some garlic. Okay, kelp. Did I tell you what kelp did? Kelp meal is a pure Ascophyllum nodosum seaweed from the clean, cold waters of the North Atlantic Ocean. Hand harvested carefully and dried and finely milled, our kelp meal provides a rich natural source of potash and is an ideal nutrient supplement for all types of vegetables, herbs, flowers, and perennials. So that's kelp. Blood. Used on heavy feeders like corn, spinach, broccoli, and leafy greens to encourage rapid vegetable growth. True organic blood meal is a great source of nitrogen and improves vegetative growth. Which is good because I think I remember that if you use too much nitrogen, I think I'm remembering this correctly. It's best, you can use a lot of nitrogen on green leafy things, but if you use a lot of nitrogen on like flowers and vegetables, your plant will just get big and green and your vegetables won't be big because nitrogen like makes the leaves big and green. So, blood meal. It's good right now because we're just getting a little break in the rain. So in the next few days it'll start raining again. It'll probably be raining for hopefully it stops in the next week or so. Jeez. Okay, frass. Insect frass. Insect frass is an all-natural fertilizer Insect Frass is an all-natural fertilizer produced through sustainable insect farming and derived from the larva manure and exoskeletons of black soldier flies. The larvae are raised on pre-consumer food waste collected from local grocery stores, produce distributors, and food processors, leaving behind the frass as a concentrated source of beneficial plant nutrients. Insect frass is an excellent fertilizer for all types of plants and shares many of the same traits as other popular organic soil amendments such as guano and earthworm castings. So it's got some nitrogen, some potash. I forget what potash is. I read about it, but so let's put some in here. So it's bug poop and bug skins. I will be putting earthworm castings and chicken poop and cow poop in here later. So here's Insect Frass. It just looks like dirt, I guess. Kind of stinky. That's the blood that's stinky. So I'm gonna go through and I'm just gonna give the garden like little scoops. Like each plant will get like a scoop like this around. That way I can try to get the whole garden. And then if I have any left over, I'll come through and spread more because I don't want to run out this time. This shit ain't cheap. Epsom salt. You get pretty blooms when you use Epsom salt. This one I'm not gonna put half the bag. I'm gonna put like, I'd say that's probably like maybe 2 cups. Take my glasses off. Keep it fall down. Should have brought a bandana. Okay, so here's our bucket. Stir it all up. So, this is what it looks like. Alright, so basically, I'm just gonna take like just a little bit, and just kind of give all the plants some good stuff. And then in a couple days it'll start raining and it'll get it all down into the roots. And then in 2 weeks I'll come in here and I'll spread a bunch of manure and worm castings and chicken poop, and we'll be ready to rock and roll, man. I'm so proud of my garden. I love my garden. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. This is spring food. Summer food will be a little different. I try to give them some like intense food for spring, because out here it's like literally raining for 6 months. So I would assume that they're very low on nutrients, you know what I mean? So that's it. So I'm just gonna go through and give everybody some sprinkles, and then after that I'm gonna go through and put like 3 to 6 little bulbs off a bulb in a circle around all my roses. I wonder if I should do blueberries too. I'm gonna have to investigate that tonight. So that's what I'm doing for the day. And yeah, next week or 2 weeks, we'll put down some soil. Yeah, I hope my sage comes back to life. Oh, bye guys. Okay, I'm all done. So you see the white stuff? That's oyster shell. So let's see what it looks like at the end of the day. Over here, everything's all nice and tidy. Just stand here and get a good shot like this. Both fell down. Oh, so happy to be in my garden. I got some snapdragons, some extra snapdragons. Put some there, and I put some there, and I put little succulents right here. I worked on my honeysuckle some, so I put it over here. Trying to get it attached to this pole right here. And yep, that's it for the day. So I come back here in 2 weeks to put dirt in here, and we might even have some tulip flowers popping, because what was it, like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I didn't even know if I was gonna have tulips, and I've been working in here and I'm actually seeing a lot. So they're coming up. I'm so excited. So there we go. There we go. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Bye-bye.